Welcome to Sweet Tree Hill Farm. I'm going to do a little experiment today. It's such a beautiful day. We're going to try, and this is my first attempt by the way, a living rug. We have this fleece that from last shearing, which was almost a year ago, and it has some felting, natural felting already, and I don't know if you can see. I mean, it's got some parts that aren't felted, but then it's got several parts that are. Okay, and I thought, well, this might be I've been wanting to do this. This might be a candidate, and so I'm just kind of shaking it out a little bit and get all the stuff we don't want. And this is a part Shetland. It's a Shetland Scotland cross. Okay, and so I've got this this is from a pool, not well, yeah, pool or hot tub material, and it's a good plastic. We've got that set up so that we'll be rolling it up at some point. Again, I've done my research, but proof will be in the pudding as to how well I've absorbed my information. So I'm gonna kind of get this shape, and I've got like a little hole here. I'll probably knit that together a little bit. And so we have basically the cut side up, from what I understand that's what you do. And the other thing you're going to want is, you're going to want roving. I happened to get this from Paradise Fibers. I wanted something that's about the same color, but well, that'll be hardy or kind of long wearing. And I've got Herdwick, and it's about the same color. I know I'm backlit, but anyway, so you can kind of see that. And we're going to lay this out on top. And then on top of that, something else you'll need will be some kind of netting. This is, I think, from an old shower curtain. And so that's the great thing to lay on top when you do your felting. And then the other thing, here's a pool noodle that when you're ready for the rolling part, you would have that handy. Obviously, you'll have soap and a bunch of water, which I'm about to go fetch, hot water. Now this is my idea. This is some plastic that has some ridges in it. See if you can see that. And I'm going to use this to help with the felting. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, those are some of the things. I'm going to record different parts of it, kind of put together a video for all those, especially who bought fleeces from me last month, if this is something that you might want to try. I know my sister does. Anyway, so I'll put the thing together, and I'll check back with you when I get it all set up, and we'll start. Hey, welcome back. Okay, so I think I've got our fleece laid out. It's a bit of a large fleece. I'm probably a little ambitious, but I've got it kind of squished together. Some people use frames. I don't know if I'm going to do enough of these to warrant the expense or the time to create a frame, but I kind of like the natural, irregular edges. Okay, so I'm just gonna, we'll start with putting our roving on. Again, this is Herdwick, and so we're just gonna lay this. It'll take me a few minutes. My challenge is I hope we have a little bit of a breeze, and so I might start back here so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, by the way, another nifty tool. This one is worth it. It's a little bulbous thing that has like a little shower nozzle. That's going to be awesome for putting the water on. I've got my water back over here. All right, so I'm just going to lay this out. I've got a couple of bags of this, so hopefully that'll be enough of roving. And I'm going to kind of crisscross a little bit or go in different directions, you can see. And so I'm going to go ahead and get that all laid out over this whole fleece. And this will be basically the skin, you know, since we're not, obviously, this will be a living rug. So this is just sheared fleece. Our girl is doing fine. And again, this is an Icelandic. This is a Gotland and Shetland cross. And it's really pretty, I think. Well, that part isn't the pretty part. But anywho, anyway, we're going to have a little fun. And so I'll just record just little bits of what I do. And hopefully I'll have something to show you when it's all said and done. All right, so I'm going to continue laying this out across this whole fleece. Here, I'll lay this part so y'all can see what I'm doing a little bit. So, again, I want to make sure this whole thing is covered so that the locks adhere to the roving when everything is all felted. And I love this herdwick. I almost think it's a shame to use it just to felt with, but you know, it'll give a nice, this will be on the floor, and it'll give a nice long-lasting base. And Paradise Fibers was running a little special, so it's not too expensive. So I got this on sale. But I love the little herdwick sheep. If you've ever seen them, they have like, they smile. They're the sheep that smiles. And anyway, so it's kind of cool to have herdwick to be a part of this. Both, you know, heritage breeds. So I don't know if you can see. So I'm going to cover this whole thing. I'll be real meticulous, make sure everything is covered. And then I'm going to cover this whole thing with this. And then we'll start laying water and soap and start the felting process. Okay? Well, we're back. All right, so I've gotten the whole fleece covered with the roving, with the gray herdwick roving. Okay. And hopefully I did okay on the edge. I've kind of tucked under the locks so that they're not getting felted. All right, and it looks kind of like a corpse, but anyway. Anyway, here we go. So we're going to start. Lovely Palmolive. You can use whatever dish soap or whatever soap you want. I'm just going to spray over this. It's a lovely green color. Okay. Alrighty. Now, I've got water here. It's warm. It's almost hot. I'm going to use my little trusty thing to, I'm trying to get as wet as quickly as possible because we're getting kind of a breeze. I probably should just wet part of this at a time, but I'm just going to try to wet the whole thing. And then I'm going to start rubbing. And you probably, you know, add soap and water and do it and keep moving. This will probably take me a little while. It might even take me a couple of days to do this. I get a little ambitious sometimes. But anyway, you can see and try to add water to this as quickly as possible. And we'll commence rubbing. Mostly I'm trying to get this so the wind won't take things away from me. I love this thing. I got it, I think, at one of the fiber festivals I go to for felting supplies. And I don't do a lot of felting, but it came in handy. So I'm glad I have it. Woo! All right, so we're going to start rubbing a little bit and get the soap thing going. And some people wear gloves. I'm not a big gloves person. But anyway, yeah, this water gets cold fast actually. So that's what we'll be doing. I'll be doing for the next goodness knows how long. And then I'll video the next part or part of it so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of, this is going to be a while, I can tell. Well, we're moving along. The sun's coming out a little bit and making some progress, so you can kind of see a little bit. It's felted down somewhat. Still got a ways to go before it's really good and felted. I'm not sure when we're supposed to roll, but I'm hoping it's close. Anyway, listen to some tunes, enjoying the day, and sorry for this awkward video. But anyway, hope y'all are getting something out of it, and it's fun, a little time consuming, but you know, most good things are. So we're making progress. Be back again. Okay, well, I think we got it felted about as much as we can. So now we're going to commence on rolling the fleece, and that's where the pool noodle comes in. And so I think I got it sort of centered, making sure this is over. I kind of wet it down just a little bit more because it's such a big fleece. So, and then once we roll it, then we roll it. Meaning we kind of keep it, just keep rotating it, you know, like this. Ooh, it's dirty underneath. Yeah, after this is done and we unroll it, then we definitely clean it. So here we go. Make sure that's covered up. Now granted, you want to wear clothes that you really don't care about too much. Oh, wait a minute, I think we got some stuff sticking out. All right. That is a big fleece. All right, hold your horses right here. I'm going to tie this up with, here they are. Sorry, I almost lost them. Tie this up with knee-high pantyhose. Now, how many of us even wear these anymore? Which is why it's perfect for this. What other use are they? Now, granted, this is fat. So roll this up. Look at all that dirt underneath. You can't see it on the table. It's yucky. You know this is like, it's like washing your dog. You know you both are going to get wet. Alrighty. So now this is tied up. And you're basically going to roll this back and forth. Sort of 300 times. We'll find out. Anyway, I'll unveil this a little bit later for you. Let me get to work on this. Well, it's still a beautiful day and I'm listening to tunes. That's the way to kind of do it. Have some water handy. Here's my water thingy over there. To keep yourself hydrated. You're definitely going to be hydrated on the outside, so this will make sure you're hydrated on the inside. You got to keep a sense of humor about this. You think to yourself, people do this for a living? You know, I know that some people sell these things, and I'm not selling this one, but yeah, maybe if I got so many fleeces. But anyway, this will perhaps give you guys some ideas of what you guys can do with one of our fleeces. Occasionally, we do get a fleece off of the sheep that is a little bit felted, and we've had some weather this winter, so we could have a fleece or two that might be destined for a rug. And what I'm going to do with this one, you can either put them like by a bed, you know, imagine, and these are all clean and fluffy. Imagine putting your feet down on that on a cold morning. Or we also have a camp. We participate in with a company called Tenter, and we have a platform tent for private camping. And so we might put this in the tent for campers, or at least I'll do one that I'll put there. I'm not sure if I'll do this one there. This it's your first one, you know. So anywho, so let me finish this up, and the next step after this is to take this out and wash the fleece. So you can see all this, I don't know if you can see, this is all this lovely dirty soapy. So anyway, we'll do that and wash the fleece. That'll take definitely several rinses to get this thing clean. And then we let it dry for a couple of days. Hopefully we'll have a beautiful rug, and we'll see. We'll see if I've done it right. All right, toodles. Woo. Well, here we are. I'm unrolling it. I think it's pretty good. I think that maybe a little bit along the edges, which I seem to have been focusing on. You know, I think what I did was I added a little bit extra, and that stuff doesn't really adhere. Once you start felting, you can't really add much. But anyway, this part, the middle part, feels pretty sturdy. And so I think I did it long enough. I might roll it back up again, and here's this part. That'll be nice once that dries and everything. I mean, I think it worked. So yeah. So anyway, I'll work on this a little bit more, and the day's getting long in the tooth. So I don't know how long I'll do this. I might roll it back up and just do it a little bit more. It's real close, especially like the middle part. Most of it, I think it's just along these two ends. So, but we'll, I think next time I'll turn the video on is after I've unrolled it and washed it. So I'm going to wash it in a big tub of hot water and soap, and do a few rinsings, make sure everything's nice and clean, and fluff it out to dry. But yeah, I think, look at that, cool. It's, yeah, I tell you, it's heavy when it's wet. But I think we got pay dirt, right? Okay, well that's kind of the process, and I hope y'all got a little bit of something out of that. And if you hear my neighbors, they've got a lot of ducks next door and geese, and anywho, I'm going to get some chickens from them maybe in about a month, and we'll have some new chickens on the farm. Mine are around here somewhere. I think I see my cat laying under the barn. Yeah, there they are. They're under the barn. They're all taking naps, which is what I should be doing. Alrighty, well, I hope you guys have a great day, and at the end of this video I will show you the final results. Well, hi, this is the next day, and I had washed the rug pretty good. It already had, of course, a lot of soap in it. I rinsed that out, and then I put more soap in, rinsed that out a couple of times. So pretty clean. So I wanted to show you the back edge here, and sorry, I got a pair of scissors here. So I think I'm really happy with it. It's felted really well. I've taken trimmed off a little bit, you know, little loosey thingies, and then I do have some needle felting needles, and I might come back and doing just a couple little loose bits, but it really doesn't have any. So that's the back side. And then the front side, I'm going to pull out the locks, which although it doesn't really, locks are mostly out. There's a couple of places here on top. I want to pull out the individual locks, work on that a little bit. But there you have it. So this is, again, a Gotland Shetland cross. So you've got a little bit of the glistening from the Gotland. And it looks very Gotland-like in some ways, although this part here is more Shetland-like. But here, so anyway, I'm really happy with it. So it could go over, I'm thinking, you know, I've got a chase lounge in my bedroom. It could go over that. Of course, my cats will take that over if that's the case. And I will, it's still quite wet, so I'm bringing it out in the sun. It's still, it doesn't have, I was worried about a little bit, there's a little bit of grass in here, not much. Most of my fleeces are pretty clean for the most part. And in fact, what hay gets into them a lot of times when they're eating, their buddies will pick it out for me. So there's really not much in here. But yeah, part of this is already dry a little bit. See, I love this. Look at that. That's just, whoo, very awesome. So for my first thing, I'm just tickled with it. I've never done this before. I've always seen others do it, and there's different techniques. The technique I used, I think, was pretty simple. You don't need a lot of people use a frame. I love this is such an organic type of thing to have in your house. It's very rustic. I just can't see, you know, putting it in a frame. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's, you know, up to you whether you share that with me or not. But love the shape, the natural shape of the fleece. And like I said, when you first put it out, it's a little bigger, but you know, as you do the felting, especially the rolling part, and by the way, it's, you know, I undid it and rolled it again in a different direction. I recommend that you do that. The rolling is really where the main felting takes place, and I do recommend getting the pool noodle as well as the spa cover type material, that because it has a texture on it. And now most people have you put that part up and then putting the fleece down on top of it. I say no, put the smooth side, put the texture side down when you initially put your fleece on, because if you think about it, you're putting your locks on that. And then when you roll it though, that's when that part will hit, you know, when you're rolling it, that's when you'll have that textured part, and that part really will hit the part where you want to felt this back side. So that's my recommendation, my little bit of, you know, gained wisdom from the process. So anywho, you know, give it a try. And when you're looking for fleeces for this, you know, I'd say get some with defined locks, but you know, almost any fleece will do. And I'd say keep it to its natural. Some people put individual locks down and really try to get a uniformed look, but I love this. I mean, look at this color. It's how the sheep wore the fleece, you know. And have fun with it. I'm so excited. I can't wait till it dries. It's a little heavy right now with the water, but we'll leave it out here in the sun. I'll bring it in at night so it doesn't get dew on it, but let this dry in the sun, and then I'll be picking out the locks. Just the top part, I think, needs a little help, but everything seems to be holding in good, and so it wasn't that hard. The only thing I suffered was a little bit of a sore back. I feel it this morning, and I got a nice little blister on my thumb from the rolling, I think. I guess you could wear gloves. I'm just not a glove person, except when I'm dealing with hay, but because I just hate the feel of hay. But I'm excited. So I want to do another one, not right away. I need to recover physically a little bit and get some other work done. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about it along with me. And I'll have more fleeces for sale, by the way, coming up really soon. This is When I'm recording this, this is mid-March, so sometime in mid-April, I think, is when my shears are going to be coming to town. So I've got already fleeces set aside for more yarn to be made. I've got some yarn coming in, but from my mill, actually, I'm going to be skeining some more today. Some of it did come in, and but I'll have plenty of fleeces. So if you guys want to give it a try, especially these Gotland Shetland crosses, I'd say go for it. All right, hope you're having as good a day as I am. Thanks.